Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United people. So please keep all your comments, all your questions Manchester United related. And there is a lot to discuss with Manchester United. We're playing Liverpool on Monday. And that is an afterthought. That's how much drama is going on with Manchester United. The fact that we're playing Liverpool on Monday, and that's not even the first thing. That's not even the second thing to talk about. It's not even the third, fourth, or fifth. It's such an afterthought that it's not even in the title, people. It's not even in the title with all the players we have been linked with. But please make sure, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Make sure you hit that like button on the video, share it across all the socials as well, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Eddie will be here soon. He's just sorting out some business, people. So Eddie will be on shortly. Do not worry about that. But as you can see from the title, CASEMIRO, JOAO FELIX, AUBAMEYANG, Anthony. There's probably more. They're just four players I picked. We have been linked to it. Everybody. Ronaldo has reportedly been rejected by Dortmund. We're going to get into that as well. So there's so much going on. Drizzy Des says, CASEMIRO, here we come. Time to get our money. I'm going to discuss the CASEMIRO thing as well. That's going to be the first topic that I go to. Black Diamond says, like, share, subscribe, lads. Support your quality channel as you continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. Big up Black Diamond every time. Big up Flawless and everyone else. Love from the USA here. Soon I'll be linked with Man United as well. That would be great, wouldn't it? Hey, Daredevil, get your bag in it. Get your bag. That's how I look at it. Get your monies. I'm waiting for it as well. I am waiting for that as well. Big up Josh. Joash, who says big up to you. The PR signings start now, but you will take anyone right now. We're going to get into that. But I got to welcome to the show someone who's been at the Glazers' necks from the beginning of time. I can think of from the beginning of time has been at their necks. Definitely their number one up. And when it comes to talking about the structure of the club and what's wrong, he's the number one guy to go to. He's the first guy who said fish rots from the head. You know what I'm saying? That all the way down it is. So I gotta welcome Big Bro, Mr. Structure himself, United Real Therapy, that guy Red Devil, Noridin is in the building. What are you telling me, Noridin? You good?
Yes, brother. How you doing, man? Love.
I'm blessed, man. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have you back. It's been a minute since you've been on the channel. So it's good to have you back. Very, very good to have you back. The floor is yours, Noridin. Where do you want to start? Because so much is going on in regards to the Glazers. You got Jim Radcliffe. We've been linked to CASEMIRO, JOAO FELIX, AUBAMEYANG, Anthony, Ronaldo reportedly can't get his move to Dortmund. We play Liverpool on Monday. We haven't won a game. Reports to say Maguire might get dropped. See all the things I just listed. What do you want to discuss?
Yeah. You know what? The main thing really, listen, I'm not asked about signings, innit? We're not Glazers out because of signings, innit? We're not Glazers out because of signings, whether we lose or we draw or, you know what I mean? Or we, you know what I mean? Like, or we win. We're Glazers out because what they've done to this club for 17 years is driven it to the standards where the club is right now.
Absolutely.
Those two results against Brighton and Brentford are not shocking. If you think they were a shock, then you've not been paying attention to your football club. You've not been.
Facts.
You've not been paying attention to your football club and the direction of things where things have been going in the last years. So for me, I'm not asked about CASEMIRO or Frankie de Jong or whoever it is, man. I'm not asked about those. I'm just asked about Glazers out, bro. I'm asked about Glazers got to sell. We've got to. I mean, I got a show tonight, 10:30.
Make sure you check it out, people.
Yeah, but basically my title is we've got to help Jim Radcliffe in his negotiations. And that's my message. That's my message to the fans. In his negotiations, he's got to say, look, yo, these fans are not happy. These man, nobody likes you at this football club. Facts. Nobody wants your ownership. So at the end of the day, that's what I'm asked about. Because whether we sign 10 players, whether we sign Messi tomorrow, whether we sack Ten Hag and get Klopp, Pep, both of them in to come and manage Man United, ain't changing Jack. Listen, the club is toxic, man. It's been toxic. There's been a culture of toxicity for a long, long time. You know, I don't have to say this, bro, because you know me, innit? We know each other in real life, but you know I know people, innit? Like,
Facts.
so I speak to people who don't even work in the football part of the club.
Mm-hmm.
They work in the different sides of the club. And even in there, what's going on with them, they're not allowed to talk, to make suggestions how to improve things. They just get told, stay in your lane. So there isn't any aspect of the club that's proper United, bro. It isn't. It isn't, bro. It's top-down rule. Everybody's scared. Everybody just has to keep their mouth shut, bow their head, and get on with it. And I don't blame the people who work on it. A lot of them love United, but they got mouths to feed, man. They got food to put on the table. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But the club is toxic to the core. Like, other than the only people holding it together, it's the people who love the club, who are United fans, those Mancunians who are diehard Man United fans, and who their dream was to ever work for Man United. I could have had 2 jobs working at Man United and throughout these 17 years. I said no to both of them, bro. I said no because I can never work for them vultures. Yeah. And yeah, so it's interesting, isn't it? Especially when I go on spaces on Twitter and stuff. People
I love your spaces. I like it.
People just want to talk about like transfers and I'm like, yo, ain't nothing changing. And I told everybody and their nan about Richard Arnold. He's just another banker, and his bankers playing musical chairs. That's all that was. So I don't even blame, actually, that it's the Glazers. You can't navigate the Glazers navigate you.
Right.
So when people go, oh, we need to get this type of manager, this type of CEO, or this type of director of football to navigate the Glazers. Nah. Glazers ain't navigate. You ain't navigating no Glazers. You ain't navigating Glazonomics. That's what we're run by. Our whole club is tied up in financial instruments. That's why we can't sell players like normal clubs. And that's why we can't sign the players in time that we want. So it is what it is, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. Nuruddin, Eddie, I don't think you've met still. So Eddie, obviously, you know of Nuruddin. Eddie's my regular co-host on here. You know what I'm saying?
Big fan,
the West Coast.
Big fan.
Love, brother.
Eddie, where do you want to start? There's so much going on. Like I said, I listed a whole heap of things in regards to Manchester United, like the circus. You know what I'm saying? Like this is episode 3, and there's already just complete chaos going on. There's so much off the field. Like I said, we're playing Liverpool Monday, and this ain't even a preview. Like Liverpool's an afterthought with how much is going on. Like even the Ronaldo thing, that's the news that came out today. That's an afterthought. You know, next, like, talk to me. What do you want to talk about?
Grey's Anatomy FC, man. Grey's Anatomy FC. It's like, for me, I like I said, I think I said yesterday, I've emotionally checked out, and I'm just on a warpath now because how embarrassing we look in the last 3 days.
Yeah,
it's not news to anybody. But I think it's finally starting to sink in for some people who I kind of resisted for too long. When I see us linked to every kind of player with no kind of structure, with no kind of idea about how this works with the players that we have, I'm just like, yeah, this is Glazernomics at its best.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out 10 names that you know. I'm going to drum up social media interest. That way the conversation isn't about the bullshit that we might be going through as a club. It's about what we prospectively can be bringing in. It's simple propaganda. If people study propaganda, this is what they do. You use the media to shape the hearts and minds of people and distract them from the stuff that's really important.
Yeah.
Share prices, I guess, have been going all over the place. The infrastructure inside, like people are starting to kind of rebel. You think that's what you're kind of getting from all these leaks and things of that sort. It's just embarrassing. Like again, to the Casemiro thing, I could care less because for 3 months I've been hearing about Frankie de Jong. So we just we had the ability to switch on axis like that but here we are looking foolish in the transfer market. Just the sense, and I think this goes to what when people say there's a lack of footballing people.
Yeah.
I won't even say that. I won't even go that far. There's a lack of pride in the institution. Pride and ego don't allow you to go out your house looking like anything. You always present yourself in public in a certain manner. And the way that we've just been going about this shit has been so diabolical. That's how I know there's no pride in this institution. What there is a cash grab, an ATM that I can always come back to if I have to plug holes in any one of my other Glazer ventures that don't associate with Manchester United. And it's been the case, and this is why I'm so cautious about this ownership conversation, because I've heard these conversations before from the same people, and there's only a select few like Nuruddin who have stuck to the cause no matter what the temperature has been. Whether it's second in the COVID season, whether it's third with Ollie, whatever it is, the principle has remained Glazers out. And unfortunately, that principle hasn't been shared until we lost 4-0 to Brentford, 2-1 to Bright, and fucking even beginning of the other seasons where we were embarrassing. It's just I don't care for it. Right now, I'm on a warpath. I'm hunkered down in the trenches with my guys. I don't associate myself with anything buying Manchester United. I haven't done that for a while. And yeah, it's dire times right now. It's such an embarrassment with compared to where we've been as a club, that how people haven't stormed the pitch more often or haven't, stormed Carrington more often. It's a shock to me. It really is, but it's also very telling as to where we are as a fan base and what we'll allow to be thrown in our faces. That's me on it.
Yeah, it's because you mentioned it there about us maybe storming Carrington, the fans banding together. I've said it before, our fan base is I think it's too big and it's too divided and there's not one person we all listen to that gets everybody on side. Everyone has their own idea. Even though we're all Glazers out, everybody has their own ideas into how to get them out and what they need to do. Like you mentioned there, not buying merch, not going to games. But then people will counteract that and they'll always say, well, somebody will buy the merch. People will continue to go to games if I don't, etc., etc. The walkout, things of this nature. People say that will affect the team. We still want the team to win, which we do. And that's the problems that we have within this fan base. And we know the Glazers, like, are they leaving? No, really. Let me ask you, do you genuinely believe there's any what's the word I'm looking for? There's anything with this Jim Radcliffe deal? Is there anything to it, or do you look at it like it's just media speculation and paper talk?
Well, it's really interesting. I studied body language, innit? I love people, so I try to always study people's body language. And it was interesting when Jimmy Radcliffe was being interviewed on the BBC. I forgot the journalist, Dan something. And it was when he wanted to take over Chelsea. And when the journalist, Dan Rhodes, I think he might be, he asked him the question, you're a Manchester United, like, why do you want to buy Chelsea? And it's like, listen, I actually watched Chelsea as well when I was in London. When I lived in London. So, and then he said, he put his head down, looked in him in a certain way and said, Man United are not for sale though. Like, that's what he said. And that gave me a thing about, so why Jim Radcliffe not doing the proper due process which the government put forward when they wrapped up Ibrahimovic's ownership of Chelsea. They put certain conditions, like, so you had to be, if you really were serious and you wanted to buy the club, you had to go through these steps. My guy didn't do any of that. He just came in at the end and said, listen, you see what was offered, and he said, yeah, I got that money, we can do it. So when somebody representing him gives it an exclusive to a major newspaper in this country, you're like, interesting. Like, this was testing the waters, letting some of the fans know, like, yeah, I'm a United fan, I want to buy, but if Man United ever became for sale, then there is from everything that people that I follow, people that I talk to, there is a agitation from certain family members that want to sell the football club because their kids' Instagram are getting attacked, getting spammed by Man United. I mean, by Man United fans, by Man United supporters. You know what I mean? So their kids can't even do anything, can't post jack. Because you know how mad the internet is, innit? You got all these cyber ninjas in it that put two together and then find out. And then so some of the Glazers, you know, like teenagers are getting spammed by Man United, like their little business ventures on Instagram. So at the end of the day, apparently some of them are agitating. They want to sell the club, or they want to sell. One of them already sold his shares. I think one of them was like, I've had enough of this. I think maybe he needed money for something that he wanted or whatever. And he sold, I think, one of the brothers. So for me, and then you look at what's going on in terms of how much more money can they make from Manchester United?
Go on, elaborate on that.
How much money? Basically, if you see the way they marketed Man United, and the famous quote from Woodward was that Man United don't need to have on-pitch success for us to make money, which is true to a certain extent. And at times, Man United were advertising taps. Forget noodles, taps. Like literally taps that you turn on the water. Yeah, you can go Google it. Man United were being linked with taps. Forget about airlines or, you know what I mean, noodles.
Chevrolet.
Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. So honestly, like taps, literally taps. That's what Man United were advertising. So when that stream of money comes to a certain halt, there's only so much you can rinse out, right? So I feel as though they've rinsed out the most in terms of bringing revenue, because what they don't understand is that there has to be a level of on-pitch success to match the revenue streams coming. There has to be. So there's only certain time you can get away with being on the pitch here, and the revenue streams coming, right? So that's how it looked at. And at the end of the day, it's simple. Like Man United are not making as much as money as they were doing, let's say 5-6 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago,
because of the lack of success.
Yeah, and also you have to couple that with obviously what happened with COVID, you know, empty stadiums and all of that kind of stuff. Even though still Man United made money, you know, I mean, one of the most profitable because we've got so many streams coming through, and people go, but that was the Glazers maximizing the name of Man. Yeah, to a certain extent, but Man United historically have done that. Like when I ask people the question, who do you think was the first person to bring the idea of a executive box to this country? Was Sir Matt Busby. He went to America, he went to the US, he went to a stadium, I think watching baseball, I think it was, and he looked and was like, wow, how come those people are watching it behind the glass? What is this about? Oh, these people pay a bit more to have that catering and all that. He was like, yeah, let's get them in. Like, so Man United already naturally innovated people who love and care about Man United. So this idea that we needed Woodward and all of that, for me, ain't nobody here coming proving to me that what a great business people they are. Because the first rule is what? What's the first rule of any business? Make sure you take care of your business. Make sure you have the right people in the right places to do the type of work and the outcomes that you set out. Having a clear direction and strategy for your business. They didn't have any of that. It was all about just Ed Woodward. That's another statement that's attributed to Ed Woodward is Man United is imagine having a house, but the house is making you money. It's like mortgage is making you money. So at the end of the day, we already know that Man United have maxed out majority of things, what they can do in relation to them not focusing and taking that money and getting the right people in terms of football structure, and then bringing football success on the pitch. They didn't do it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I just look at it, I think, where can they go? That's why the Super League was super important to them.
Yes.
Super League was important to them because that was guaranteeing a certain amount of revenue when you are that part of. I think it was JB Morgan that was bagging it. So JB Morgan, one of the biggest banks in the world.
Yep.
And JB Morgan was coming up with the money to be able to. So everybody, every season, I think, founding members, you were getting so much money per season, right? And that's only ever going to bring more. You're playing Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus, PSG every week. And that's the main thing. And I'm telling you, there are fans, even with our own fan base, that want that. And I'm like, nah, I like my league season. I love the fact that we have a league season.
I love it. Yeah, I'm with that.
I love my league season where, you know what, you play 38 games, the best winners come from them. I like the fact that we don't play in Bayern Munich or Juventus, or PSG every week. I like that. I like the novelty of it. So I can go, oh, you remember that? Yeah. Remember that game? I don't want it to become this norm.
Regular.
So at the end of the day, they were banking on that. And I think when the Super League, they realized they messed in it. They messed with the wrong one. Well, to be fair, there was an aspect of media that agitated a lot of things. Like Sky, obviously looking after their own products, because Sky did not want Amazon or whoever it was going to stream the games. You know what I mean? They didn't want that. So when you had a whole channel and a whole TV and the whole media, like the British football media, that's all united everybody, the fans, the British football media, all of that got united because everybody's bread and butter. You know what I mean? And obviously, in terms of us, it was deeply emotional one for us because we lost people. We lost people playing in the Champions League. We lost people that's why Man United has the fame it has, the name that it has globally. Because we lost people. Literally, people died playing for this club, coming back from Munich. You know what I mean? Like, that happened. Why? Because we were the first English clubs or British clubs who wanted to play in a Champions League at that time, to play in a European Cup. So our history is littered with that competition. So the idea that we're going to take that away, and then the other idea was no promotion, no regulation, like relegation, like it's going to be like ridiculous. Like in American sports, like we're just going to be like franchising the whole thing. Nah, mate. Nah. So I think it's not just one; it's all of these different combination of things. And regardless what people say, fan pressure, sponsors are getting nervous. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Oh yeah.
Do you look at the team viewer thing and go, well, "That's a part of it"?
That's it. That is not because war is terrible. We all understand that what people are going through across the globe. That is our kind of warfare. It's economic, right? The boycotting of the sponsors, and it's so funny. Like I'm just so pissed that people didn't see the writing on the wall when J.P. Morgan was involved with the Super League. Ed Woodward was a J.P. Morgan employee of the highest regard. I think they in 2006 even helped them, the Glazers, with the acquisition of the club completely, their complete takeover. The amount of backhanded deals that were going on to make that even a possibility, to the extent that it was pretty much legalized corruption, if we're being fair. The only difference, okay, I tell it to my family in Kenya all the time. The only difference between the States and Kenya is that we legalize corruption. Anything else, I'm telling you. It's all funny money. It's all dirty money. It's not what you people think. It's like some we're gonna backflow this entire Super League process. No, the Super League was an ulterior motive for something. I don't know, but these types of corporations do this type of stuff on the day-to-day.
Money grab.
They tried to attack the culture of football, and they were so ignorant to the fact of how entrenched it is in English society that they had no idea that blowback would be what it was. People like Real Madrid, Barcelona, they could care less. They're just for the money. Their fans will do whatever they want to do, lock and step. But when it came to the English clubs, it was a totally different ball game. And I already knew the Glazers were a part of that because of the structure of the Super League. No relegation, top 8 teams, playoffs. You're going to all these different countries to play a great match against another team, when in reality, that's what the Champions League provides. Seeing a Barcelona step foot in Old Trafford to the city of Manchester, the amount of money that generates, you can't take that away from them and think everything's going to be hunky dory. And now we go to this one where TeamViewer is leaving as a sponsor.
Well,
Chevy, the funny thing about the Chevy deal was people don't even drive Chevys like that out here. They're not a big sponsor, but I guarantee you they coughed up the biggest check to the Glazers.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying. Everything is a business decision, right? And again, these people are so ignorant to the footballing ecosystem at a base level. That's why I was so upset about the Ralph thing. Ralph has an ecosystem of football, meaning he has all these different contacts and all these people who believe in his word, regardless of where he is. The only reason people are sitting with the Richard Arnold and a John Murtaugh is because they work for Manchester United. Other than that, they would not get the time of day. They don't have the type of gravitas that you need to be effective at this level in football. They're a bunch of bankers. And I'll be that guy because they're a bunch of dorks, if we're being honest. Like they have zero sense of where they lie in the entire landscape. I do think, and this is just my personal opinion, if we had anybody else at the helm, the Ronaldo thing isn't even happening.
We're going
to there.
We're going to discuss that as well.
Because look at Salvador Perez. Look at how dismissive he was the entire idea of him coming back. Look at every club who we can say is run better than us and the way they've handled the Ronaldo links. They dismissed them like they're nothing. But here we are. Manchester City gives us a whisper that he might be coming to them. 20 million out the door. And I've seen more United commercials here in the States after Ronaldo was signed than I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
So that lets you know the commercial aspect, again, was at the forefront of these conversations. It's just, right now, it's a shit show. And I'm all for economic warfare. You go to the sponsors, you give them 1 star. Some people take it to the family members. I don't get down with that. I think their issue is they're just, unfortunately their father's a Glazer. But for the rest of these sponsors, people need to give them smoke. That's what it has to come down to. Money talks to these people, nothing else does. Hit them at their pockets, and you might see some type of chance. But we can't just be having these conversations. It has to be immediate action to getting to this outcome that we all want, which is the Glazers out.
Right. We'll see. And before we continue, there's just under 80 of you lot locked in. Let's bump them likes up, people. Let's bump them likes right up. But there's over 80 of you lot right now, so it should be at least 50 likes. Make sure you continue to share it across all the socials and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV, as well. Don't forget to do that. Hit that notification bell, road to 5K. Make sure you go subscribe to United Real Therapy, which is Nuruddin's channel as well. And big up OT Turbis Jesus. What a username, by the way, who just became a member of the channel. The link's in the pinned comment. Many great perks, people, including how to get on shows, how for your comments to take priority. So if you want to join the membership, link is there as well. Big up to Sasha in the chat. Says big up Flawless Eddie and the one and only Mr. Structure. Loving this lineup. Love Sasha. Only the best. You know what I'm saying? In that, I always try and provide the best special guest co-host for you lot. Best guests. All of that stuff. You already know, people. And Malcolm saying the same. He's saying sick lineup, Flawless. We love to see it. Only the best. But off the Glazers, because we are all Glazers out, I don't believe they're going anywhere this window. Hopefully they're removed like expeditiously. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I do believe if the right offer came in, they would sell. It would just take a hell of a lot of money. We're talking billions upon billions upon billions. But back onto more on the pitch topic, should I say? Yeah, on the pitch topics, this Casemiro deal, which surprised me, because when I first heard it, I was like, there's no way we're in for Casemiro. Like, it shocked me. I was like, there's no way we're actually trying to sign a midfielder of quality who I like and fits the profile that I particularly like. And then obviously Fabrizio Romano tweeted about it. It's gained traction. Reports are saying that he's considering the deal. It is big money, but people are saying Manchester United are panicking in the transfer window. Yeah, we're panicking in the transfer window because it's time to panic. Yes. Have you seen our team? Have you seen the state of our club? Yes. So if Manchester United want to go and sign Casemiro, me personally, I've seen Manchester United fans against it. I'm all for it. Go get Casemiro if needs be. I'm all for it. Have you seen our team? Now is the time to panic. I'm saying bring me bodies at this point. The time for like a structure in the transfer market and going assessing certain players, and that's out the window now. We had our chance, and I thought we did all right initially with the 3 players we signed with Malacia, Martinez, and Ericsson. I like them 3 deals, but we all knew that we needed so much more. So now we've been linked with Casemiro. People are talking about, oh, Casemiro's the De Jong replacement. No, Casemiro's a 6. He's an out-and-out DM, and it's something we don't have. Matic left. Matic was the only like natural defensive midfielder we have. Casemiro fits that bill. Is it a lot of money? Yes. He's 30 years old. Also, yes. But does he improve our team? Also, yes. I don't understand why Manchester United fans are against this. But that's just me, Norridon. Your thoughts on the Casemiro link?
Bro.
That being said, before you continue, I don't believe this deal goes ahead, by the way. I'm just saying that. I don't think but yeah, go on, Norridon.
You done.
It's very hard to me like to really talk about like players other than what I said at the beginning of the season. As soon as we got Ten Hag, I talked about the mental fragility of the players that we have, and how if you've played sport, like confidence is a massive thing, and how their confidence is broken like into pieces, and hence why the club needed to back Ten Hag, to back him in the way that where at least he could have 5 or 6 players that he bought that would be in that starting lineup. Mm-hmm. And one, what does that do? One, it speeds the process of the players that he knows and he's worked with before in terms of the style of play and the rest of the players understanding that. 2, is a trust thing. 2 is very important. It's the trust thing. I don't really trust the bottle. You know, come on. Flawless. I coined the bottle job FC a long time ago, bro.
Yeah, you did.
These
say
guys
that.
These guys are bottle jobs. Still.
See that the thing is, on top of them being bottle jobs,
like
I also
level.
think they're not technically good enough. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, we've seen them freeze.
No, listen. There are some who are not good enough, but there are some who are good enough, who are more than good enough. But but everybody weighs it down. It's the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. It's the atmosphere, and shit flows downstream, bro. You don't see shit flying upwards. On the whole. Like gravity's got that thing in it. Shit flows downstream. So when we owned by the Glazers and then we're owned by people, bankers who are taking football decisions, people that don't really know. And we know that they don't like external people. They don't like external people like Ralph Ranieri. That's why I commented on Rio the other day. On his thing, I was like, Rio, you owe Ralph Ranieri a massive apologies. Like, and at the end of the day, everybody that came out and knocked him, people were like, but we already know you don't. This the guy was in the inside. And he's telling you, it's open heart surgery. This ain't no plaster things, man. What do I always say? It's like Man United are always bringing a little knife to a shotgun war, bro. Like, you can't do this. You can't do this. And at the end of the day, so for me, I ain't, you know me, I don't get giddy. That's another thing, innit? Another word I
don't get giddy.
I don't get giddy, bro. Like, so this idea of play, I remember I was excited for Di Maria. I was excited for Paul Pogba. I was excited for this player, that player in the past decade, bro. You ain't doing that. It's the culture that needs to change. It's the culture that needs to change. It needs to change. Like, and that is the most important thing at this football club. So, yeah, if he comes, you know that Man United are going to pay him so much. And what do I always say? It's Simmer Frame FC again. Why are Maria McGee? Ask yourself why? Yeah, it is Simmer Frame FC.
Sorry, that just makes me laugh. That phrase just makes they expect it going.
Why do we always get these guys at the age of 30 or beyond 30? Like, that's the reason why we got now the guy that's going in a couple of months' time, that's going to turn 38. That's if he don't leave. That's Ronaldo. Like, I remember when everybody came at me, when Ronaldo signed, I was like, guys, we can have a go. If I asked you about Ronaldo, you were like, nah, we don't need we just need, what we need is 2 midfield players, which we needed from 2011. I remember walking back from Old Trafford after the day that we smashed Arsenal 8-2. You know, that young reserves at Arsenal because they were littered with injuries. I remember me thinking, I remember I wrote a Facebook post, Asana Diarra, Schneider. That are the 2 things that I wrote. I was like, that's what we need to go back and to compete. And this on the Fergie time. But Fergie was telling people, oh, there's no value in the market. So at the end of the day, apologies, people who are watching. I ain't getting no giddy about this signing, that signing. Like I said at the beginning of the intro, bring Klopp, Pep, bring this. They ain't going to change, bro, unless you get majority of that team out. At least 6 of those players who start need to go. 6 of them need to go.
I agree.
Like what you've got. So Casemiro is just a little plaster on a machete wound, isn't it? That's all that is. So I'm not being tweeting about it. I'm just trying to stay focused. James Jones saying, "Oh, Rio apologized to Rob."
I was going to get to that. I was letting you finish. Go on.
Show me the proof, bro. You're on Twitter. Follow me and show me the proof when he apologized. Did he really apologize for what he was saying? Nah, he didn't. He didn't apologize properly. He said, "Oh yeah, maybe he was right." Yeah. Oh, now you're saying
now he was right.
The guy even told you you don't need glasses to see where the problem lies.
We got to understand, Nuruddin, Rio's friend was in charge before that. That's where that stems from. But
Then at the same time, Rio was telling us, "Oh, this guy's not like Woodward. It's not like Woodward. Richard Arnold's not like Woodward." Yeah. And what? Yeah, and then people were coming after me when I was telling people about Richard Arnold going to the pub, all that PR stunt, and some of our fan base feeling sorry for, I shouldn't be. What are you talking about, man? My guy, when the fans came outside, went back in the house, had a conference call with Joe Glazer, had a conference call with his whole communication department. They told him what to wear and what to say. And they said, of course, they're going to have cameras. They're going to film you. Like, come on, man. Like, these men are playing chess. We're playing checkers, bro. And some of our families fell for it.
Absolutely. Eddie, before you go, did you say what? There's something with the Casemiro deal? Is that what you said?
No, the thing with Casemiro is, all right. I think it was stated in here in this chat.
Big up King K as well.
He's surrounded by Kroos and Modric, 2 of the more technically gifted midfielders in the world.
Absolutely.
And he's going to come into a side where he has to give the ball to Bruno. And we think that somehow, some way, it's going to look like it does at Real. No. And to the point about, shout out King KB, and to the point about just getting overhyped about these signings, it's like these people fall for the okie doke every time. Every time. I can put out any name I want as long as it gets clicks. They put out JOAO Felix yesterday.
Reports said we actually made a bid for him. Sorry to cut you off. Whether that's true or not, I thought we was on a tight budget, and I'm hearing a big bid got made. You
want to know why I don't even care? Because I know it would not be the amount of money needed to actually get him.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's not a $130 million signing. That's 200 at least. We'll talk.
It's a lot of money.
He's their entire future identity. He came to Trafford and did us dirty. Then they want to give us I didn't want to believe that. I didn't want to believe that, man. It's just it's so disappointing to see what they put this manager through, because we'll say it, and it has to be stressed. Championship clubs are built from the top down. You have to have an ownership group who understands what it takes to be a championship side, and then instill those principles in every facet of their business. From the business side to what happens on the pitch, you have to operate at a championship level. We don't do that. So anybody we bring in is coming into a toxic cesspool that will bring you down and spit you out. We've had Jose Mourinho say that it's up there in one of my my career achievements that I got this United team to second place. What does that tell you? He's been all around the world to see what it takes to win successfully and stopped at Manchester United and let you know this is not it. And the fact that I made a miracle out of what you gave me, I deserve applause. People in their, and I don't want to say it's willful ignorance, because that's one thing I hate above a lot of things on this planet is willful ignorance. I just want to leave it at ignorance, that they don't understand what it takes because we've been used to operating in such a manner. But it's getting ugly right now, and we'll have to get ugly as a group, as a fan base, in order for it to get better. So it's the links, the talking about the on the periphery of ownership. I'm not really here for. I just want it to happen, and I'll be celebrating when it does.
No, I hear you. You lot continue to get the likes up as well. Daniel saying here about the Casemiro short-term improvement. Also, he wants 400k a week. Abdi also says, what was this? Let me get to this comment.
Probably get that 400k a week.
Says, yo, this Casemiro signing is going to be weird. Him and De Jong are very different. That's one thing I will say is he's not De Jong. Like, watch them both, Abdi. Bear in mind, you are a Glory supporter who has admitted you're a Glory hunter. But Casemiro and De Jong are not the same. They don't do, just because they both play as sixes, doesn't mean they do the same thing. Would Casemiro fix Manchester United? Absolutely not. He would need Casemiro and more for Manchester United to improve. However, is Casemiro alongside Eriksen much better than what we had?
Right.
Yes. 110%. Now we have a much more functioning midfield. Of course, it's on Ten Hag to then play those two, number one, number two, get the best out of him. But I'm just looking at it from an individual standpoint. Is Casemiro an improvement on what we have? Yes. So why would I be against it? Is it ideal? No. Him being 30 years old. Would I prefer Manchester United to go get someone who's mid-20s? Yes. But I would prefer Manchester United not to be under this ownership. I would prefer Manchester United to not have a lot of these players. I would have preferred Manchester United not to have signed Ronaldo last season, because I've seen all of this coming that's happening with him now. So we don't live in an ideal world, people. That's what it is now. I don't get Manchester United fans looking at it from just a player perspective, turning their nose up at Casemiro. Casemiro improves us. We've been crying out for a six. We don't have one. There's no Casemiro profile in our team. The last one we had was Matic. The last good one we had, I remember it's been that long. Because even when you could say the first season we had Matic, because he was still Matic of old. But then obviously he got older, as you do, and we never replaced him, which we didn't. But Casemiro, Eriksen, the list goes on. We've been asking for Manchester United to go and sign more midfielders. That's why I didn't believe it at first, at all. Secondly, I don't believe the deal happens anyway. But if it does, I'm with it. Look at some of the players we've been linked with. The Ziyech's and Pulisic's and players like that. Give me Casemiro, yes, at 30. Like, I'm fully all for it. And honest, no, I don't know if Ziyech is coming to Manchester United. I have no idea. I'm unsure. I don't know what's going on. I'm unsure. Yeah. But speaking of that, obviously, it's hard keeping up with all the storylines with regards to Manchester United. But a regular Ronaldo is like the Phil Mitchell in EastEnders. You know what I'm saying? For those that watch EastEnders, he has always got a storyline all the time. Reports came out today that Jorge Mendes had offered him to Dortmund, and Dortmund had said no. We'll go to you, Nuruddin. Thoughts on that, what I just stated in regards to Ronaldo reportedly being rejected by Dortmund, and your thoughts on the whole Ronaldo saga overall, and what you would like to see the outcome be?
Yes, to me, there's an aspect to me. It's like, what's Ronaldo playing at, really? Like, he's got enough money to buy this, to terminate this contract. He's got enough money to terminate this contract and to move and to get away from this football club. And even the beginning when him coming to Man United, it was also strange. Like, do you not keep an eye on football scores? Do you not watch Man United, one of your teams that you used to play for? Do you not keep an eye on what's going on there? Like, at the end of the day, Ronaldo wants to have the records, wants to secure the legacy. Man United is the last place you want to come to. So on his behalf, I'm like, what happened at Juventus? Were things that bad? You know what I mean? Juventus at least qualified for the Champions League. And When's the last time Juventus missed out on the Champions League? Our record so far is we miss out 2 years, and we go back in for one year, then we get in for 2 years, then we miss out 1 year. That's what our record is. So at the end of the day, it's simple. Manchester United and Ronaldo saga needs to come to an end ASAP. But we know the type of club we are, and the brother Eddie explained it. Now in the US and all over the world, Ronaldo advertising stuff for this or all the different brands. So at the end of the day, we know why the reason why.
Sorry to interrupt. To that point, I legit in these adverts, I never see any player other than Ronaldo.
There we go. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's this, and the people saying, "Oh, Joe Glazer's like, nah, he can't go anywhere." We know the reason why he was bought. It worked to slaughter the fans. It didn't work. Unfortunately for the Glazers, it didn't work for fans like me. And that's the whole reason why I've got a channel on YouTube. The reason why I'm social media. I just try to explain to people. People are trying to manipulate you. And I understand no fans ever want to think bad of their football club because you don't wake up. You don't want to be doing that. It's your supporter. But you got people who are playing against us every day, every minute of every day. And that's what it is. So Ronaldo, for me, I'm finding him really. I find he's like become a bit of a weirdo, actually. Like, listen, Ronaldo, just walk away. You know, we're not that club anymore. Walk away. Like, just walk away. Find a way, other than making threats going, oh, I'm going to reveal this, I'm going to say this, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, the 2 weeks thing he said. Yeah, he said about, I'm doing an interview in 2 weeks.
Why are you waiting? That's what I'm saying to you, you're Ronaldo. You've got more followers than the Premier League altogether on Instagram. Why are you waiting? Why are you waiting? Come, you're this big elite guy. Come out and say it with your chest what you need to say. Unless that he's already chosen a club. Unless and something's happened with something with that glitch. There's some glitch in the system in terms of that is the club that he's already chosen. And that they're just finding out, they're just working out, putting a package together, because you can get like certain sponsors to come and pay Harvey's wages. You know what I mean? You can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's simple. Like Man United, what Man United are, like we need for the Ronaldo saga to end ASAP. Yeah. That's all I'll say. And that doesn't me shitting on him as a player. I think he's one of the GOATs. He's definitely one of the GOAT, if not the GOAT. Amazing career. He's self-drive. But it's destructive now because the players who are playing alongside him now can't live up to that challenge. The bottle jobs, and some of them haven't got the quality. But the idea that he's the type of player that plans out his career. You know, that type of the legends. I'm sure Eddie will tell us, like, but they're littered in American sports. They plan out their career. And I'm just like, whoever gave you that advice, man? Like, you came back to Man United because Juventus, you didn't feel as though you were up there. So to get people, your name back in people's imagination. No, people know you already, bro. You've got more followers on Instagram than Serie A and Premier League put together. So, like, why are you coming back to this dead club for? Like, why?
You know why, Nuruddin? You know why he came back to us? Because nobody else wanted him. That's why. Well, that's why. And we're seeing that now because he wants to get a move and nobody wants him. Again, Ronaldo haters have been, Ronaldo stands are going to hate on me for saying this and have been for a long time. And if a player is wanted, an official bid is made. This man is publicly known that he wants to leave. Nobody, not one football club, has said, here's X amount. Here's 20 million. Here's 40 million. Here's 60 million. Here's an inquiry. Here's no, not one. That tells you all you need. Timo Werner got to move in this window. Timo Werner is more valued than Cristiano Ronaldo in 2022, and that's sad.
But I do see a bit of balance. I think a lot of it is his wages that he's demanding, and
that adds into it. But that goes to show his value is not of that. His value isn't that anymore. He's not worth the big money anymore.
That puts people off, to be fair.
Yeah, because he's not worth it anymore.
At the end of the day, if you look at European football, still recovering from COVID in terms of revenue and everything else that comes with it. So he can't be demanding that. But I'm saying you could get certain sponsors to pay half of the wages.
And people ain't even interested in that. Yeah. People ain't even looked into that and gone, you know what, let's try and do that. Like his wages is high, yes, but if this is prime Ronaldo, people are paying those wages. If he delivered
he's
on the
not old.
pitch, UAP,
Bro, he's
that's
not
my
old.
point. That's
Bro,
my point.
He's
not that
37
anymore.
years old, Ronaldo.
Yeah, like, and
He
that's
can
not
still
that's
finish.
shot.
Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, he'll score
Without him last season, he saved me from Europa League, man. He saved
You're
me
in Europa
from
League. You mean Conference League?
No. Yeah, it was the Europa League. So from in the Champions League,
Oh, you mean when it was in the champs?
Yeah,
you might have won it.
These goals. You know me and that competition, innit? Like I never get. That's how I don't rate that competition in the League Cup, innit? I never get nervous in any of the games we play. Even that final, I never get nervous.
And to James, you saying Edu, I can't pronounce that surname, using Ronaldo's campus, said he had 5-6 offers and that him being rejected is. Of course, his camp's gonna say that. Yeah. Come on, man, use your brain. His camp's not gonna turn around and go, nobody wants him. What camp is gonna do that to their client? That makes it. Come on, man, use your brain. James, you're a smart guy. Don't do that. Like that's just common sense. Of course, everybody wants him. Of course it is. Where's the official bid? If an official bid was made for Cristiano Ronaldo, we are finding out about it. Of course we are. This is the biggest brand in football currently as we speak, European football. He is the biggest brand in terms of name. He's the biggest player. If a bid was made for him from anybody, we would find out about it. 5-6 offers, my back foot. There ain't no 5-6 offers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's still here. Come on, man. You Ronaldo stands are ridiculous. Go on, Nuruddin, carry on.
Yeah, so it's simple, innit? It's simple for me. Man United and Ronaldo were like mixing small bit of oil in a hot frying pan with a bit of water. Only one way it was going to finish, bro. Shit was going to blow in your face and evaporate. That's what it was going to do. And now it's the evaporation period, innit? That's what we're in. That's what we're in. But to me, it's like, why are you making threats, Ronaldo? Come out and say what you got to say with your chest, man.
Honestly.
Come out and say what you say with your chest.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous for me. And like, Ten Hag's never got the time to build a proper team, kind of try to get their confidence up. Because some of them are like cowards, innit? They see Ronaldo, innit? And they all like bow their heads, innit? Like in shame. Because their performances are not good enough. Yeah. And like I said last season, I'm grateful to him because I didn't want to be demoted into the Europa League. So I'm happy. If just by that, I'm happy he was there last season. Just by that, by his goals, last-minute winners in 2 of the games at Old Trafford. That made sure that we qualified just qualifying for the second round of the Champions League. Yeah. Because to me, Europa League is a symptom of Glazers. It's not Man United. It's the Glazers that have made it so that we finish in Europa League positions and win in Europa League.
Speak. Eddie, obviously we spoke on it regular, but your further thoughts on what's going on?
Yeah, I've wrestled with the reasons as to why Ronaldo is still on the squad. Because I think we talked one day and I was thinking, yeah, it's his talent. Then another day I'm thinking it's his wages. I'm at the point where it's both, because I can't see the likes of a Ronaldo who's competing at a higher level than he is right now not having any suitors. But at the same time, his wages are so crazy that if any team was to bring him in, the financial headlock they put him in, like it wouldn't be worth it. The thing with Ronaldo is you have all this bravado, and like you said, Nuruddin, why don't you just stand on what you're saying then? If you really want to force a move, they'll buy out your contract if you expose them. They won't want you around telling company secrets. There will be a club out there, if you're on a free, who could try and do some business with you. Maybe you take an even further reduction in your wages and you make it to their team by the time the Champions League rolls around. But this tippy-toeing over what you have against United, nobody's here for that. We don't have time for that. We have an angry fan base who wants to understand what is actually going on behind the scenes. You knew what we were before you came to us. We were not a team winning cups. We were a team that had a financial incentive for you to join. See why Casemiro was coming. See why Varane is coming. Goddamn, it's like we're the Real Madrid Legends team. Next thing you know, Scholes and them other dudes going to be coming to OT to play them. I'm tired. Stop getting all the people that Real does not want. Again, I'm football related. He's better than what we have. That's the running argument. Everybody on the panel knows we need at least 10 new players.
Well,
and if the world doesn't know that, that's the willful ignorance part I don't want any parts of.
Yes.
So when I see what Casemiro represents, when I see what Casemiro represents to our team, he doesn't even fit the profile of where we're going in the future. We need players who are young and talented. This guy is proven he's an old dog, and the saying is you don't teach an old dog new tricks. If we need him to be different in this team, it's not going to happen. Who is going to carry the ball once we win it back from that deep line?
See, and
I don't want it to be Fred. Casemiro's not really known for that.
Facts.
And damn sure don't want it to be Bruno. So again, we're stuck at the same kind of place we were, but just a little bit better, not drastic enough to make any kind of bump and make me think that we're headed in the right direction, though. It's unfortunate, man. It really is.
Yes. Well, yo, Noridin, I know you got a dip. You know what I'm saying? Love Big Bro for jumping on. Definitely going to get you back on so we can talk longer, 110%.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, Noridin.
Anything you want to add and let them know where they can find you or anything like that, man?
Yeah, Mr. Structure, innit, on Twitter. United Real Therapy on YouTube, people. But big up, Eddie. Lovely to meet you, brother.
You as well, man. Keep on fighting the good fight, my guy. It's gonna come out. It's gonna work its way out. Trust me.
Yeah. Let's hope, man. That's it. We hope in it. Big up, Flawless, my king, always, bro. Peace, people.
Man.
Make sure you catch up with you like on the video, people. Smash a like on the video, people, because you're not gonna get this kind of rational debate on any of the YouTube channels, in it. You're not gonna get this where we look at the real issues that are facing the club. So big up, thank you for the invite. Big up Sarcasm City audience, man. Love.
Love Noridin. Every time. Definitely gonna get you back on. I'll shout you, man. 100% Noridin. Big up. Love every time. Big up to Noridin, man. Like United Real Therapy, man. Like I'm saying, big up Paolo, man, for the super chat. Much appreciated. He says, goddamn flawless. Never thought of that regarding Ronaldo. Chelsea fan here, but do enjoy your content. Go Chelsea, and you got my support. Much respect, brother. First and foremost,
you for the big
man.
Donation pause.
Love for the super chat, number one. Number two, glad you supporting. Number three, you know you can find Chelsea content amongst all over Big Six content, football, basketball content, all on Sarcasm City TV. And that's what it is. Like I said, one thing about me and Eddie, whether you agree or disagree with us, we ain't going to let our biases get in the way of our logic. And with Eddie, I'll give him credit. When he's being biased, he'll tell you, yes, this is agenda-driven. This is agenda-driven. So when I hear him talking about certain things and he goes, yes, this is agenda-driven, at least let me know. Whereas me, I don't talk in agendas. I say this before, I'll say this again about Ronaldo. He's one of my favorite Manchester United players of all time. He's one of my favorite players of all time. But I'm talking about what's best for Manchester United in 2022 is not him. Nobody don't want him. Your manager, Chelsea, you're a Chelsea fan. Your striking options are Kai Havertz and Michy Batshuayi. And your manager still said no. He's available. And anybody negotiating with us is negotiating from a position of power. They're the A side of the negotiation when these things, if it was to go down. And I've said this before, I'll say this again, he'll still be here come the 1st of September. Because nobody don't want him. He ain't going nowhere. He wants to go to a Champions League side. He's not going to a Champions League side who are legitimate contenders for it. He's going to the also rents and Atletico Madrid, at Dortmund, and Napoli. I'm not saying he goes to those clubs specifically. I'm saying clubs like that. That second tier, third tier group. He ain't going to the top tier. He don't dine at the top table no more. And it's not his fault because he's 37 years old. It's not his fault. It's not. But yo, Paolo, appreciate the super chat as well, man. Much appreciated. Don't forget membership. The link is in the pinned comment as well. And with this, but with Casemiro, if you look at Real Madrid, he plays it's mostly Kroos who comes deep when playing out from the back. Who's going to do that here? This is why we need to buy more players. This is what I keep saying. Casemiro's a good start. Eriksen's a good start. But we still need more. But I'm not going to turn down quality because it's not enough. Casemiro is a huge upgrade on any of the 6 we have. Eriksen's an upgrade. Malacia is an upgrade. Martinez is an upgrade. I'm not going to turn my nose up at upgrades just because it's not enough. We know we need 20 players. I'm saying me and Eddie will get rid of the majority of the squad if needs be. But we know that's not logical and not plausible in one transfer window. But I'm not gonna not be happy about improvements. If Casemiro gets it, yeah, cool. I like that. Casemiro and Eriksen as our midfield options, I'm over the moon. They're two of our best midfield options. I can't remember when we had two midfield options of that quality. I don't know. Because Pogba was here by himself. Can you remember the last time we had two midfielders of a certain quality? Because it was Pogba, Herrera's decent, Matic is decent, McTominay's decent. You know what I'm saying? Where I actually rate Casemiro to a certain. I rate Eriksen. That's how I'm looking at it.
2018.
That's so that's what it is. And De Jong and Casemiro are the perfect foil for each other. Do I believe we signed De Jong? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, if you have Casemiro and you have De Jong, not only do we have two quality midfielders who can both play in the six, they complement each other. That's a great partnership. Then behind that, if you have Martinez and Varane, same thing. Two players I rate, two players who I think complement each other. All of a sudden, the spine of our team looks better. Is there here a problem? Yes. I'm saying you have Malacia left back who I like, the low right back who I like. All of a sudden, our team looks better. Yes, do we need more in forward areas? Absolutely. Absolutely, because we're just bare, not just in terms of quality, but also quantity as well. When you look at our wingers, it's Sancho, Rashford, Alanga, Diallo. Am I missing anyone? Is that our wingers? Palestri. I hear what I'm saying. Like, that's five. As in terms of strikers, we have Ronaldo, Martial, Rashford can do a job up top. Like, that's not enough. Again, do I want to see Bruno? No, you had Donny in the mix as well. Like, I'm just looking at it trying to be better. And as much as I hate the Glazers, which I've spoke on, and we all dislike the Glazers as Manchester United fans, it's about adding quality to the team.
Yeah.
Give me Antony. Give me JOAO Felix. Give me Casemiro. Give me Aubameyang, Ziyech, Pulisic, Milinkovic-Savic, De Jong. I'm with all this because at this point, United are panicking. Yes, because now's the time to panic. This is a state of emergency. Look at our team. Look at our results. Hear how me and Eddie are talking. Hear how Nuruddin's talking and other Manchester United fans are talking. It's like it's the end of the season already. Just the lack of confidence we have. So yeah, I'm with Casemiro. 100%. I'm with it.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunate. Like, this club, bruh, they just on some bullshit. Because again, my thing with Casemiro is, as a player, love him. Are we sure the manager was for this?
I think after seeing it, I think he's in the boat that we are. Yes.
I think he's just like anybody players coming in.
I think he's like, yeah.
Because I think De Jong, if this is it, then De Jong probably stays.
See, that's what I don't like. I don't want one without the other.
We need both.
Yes. We need both. And
I think, honestly, this is what I want for him to do. I don't know if he'll do it. I just want him to do. Go to a 4-2-3-1. Sancho off the left. Martial up top. Eriksen in the middle. Bruno off the right. Because I'm of cancel Bruno. Cancel Bruno is my campaign till the cows go home. But for some reason, I think it's financial at this point. Nobody will drop him. In an ideal world, you can even play Donny off the right, making those runs. Get something to preoccupy them, but yeah, bro, especially with the way those fullbacks for Liverpool play, getting in behind them is not going to be as difficult as people may think. It's what happens when we have the ball and when we lose the ball. That's where we've been fucking up. We keep the ball, but because we have nobody at the front of our attack, it doesn't really equate to any kind of real chances. But what happens is once we lose the ball, we're so disorganized, and the kinds of players that we have don't know what it means to actually play hard, that when we transition to our defense, guys are just getting blown by. So I think on the keeping the ball, Casemiro can help. But Yeah, James Jones, I agree with you. You wanted Casemiro next to
De Jong. Yeah, they're the perfect foil for each other. They both were exactly what you need, and there's no reason why we can't get both in terms of not because Casemiro's looking close this season. I just read in one of my group chats, not De Jong, but De Jong type. All of a sudden, we look better. Again, is it ideal? No, but Casemiro, I'm over the moon about because I didn't believe it. I looked at it like how I looked at the AUBAMEYANG thing. How I looked at Joao. There's no way that's happening. I didn't even believe we was interested in Casemiro. Never mind if we were interested, there's a chance of getting him. I never thought we could. People talk about pull. All of a sudden, like that don't matter. People say Manchester United have no pull. All right, how come we can go get a Real Madrid player or they don't want him? Casemiro's not busted at 30. People are talking Casemiro like he's 35, 36. Casemiro's been playing in Real Madrid's midfield as well. It's not like he's injury prone. But again, with Manchester United, it's all doom and gloom. All the time. It's all doom and gloom and there's nothing. Thought we have no pull, Eddie. So if we have no pull, how come we can go get a starter from Real Madrid? He's a star.
Man.
Let's not get him mistaken. And again, people, he's not 33, 34. He's 30 years old. Is it ideal? No. Go and get somebody younger. I would prefer. But you can still get 2-3 years out of Casemiro. And them 2-3 years could be the difference. Because if Casemiro signed for Manchester City, it's a great deal. If Casemiro went to Liverpool, this is classed as a great deal. If Casemiro went to Arsenal, this is classed as a great deal. If Casemiro went to Chelsea, this is classed as a great deal. But because it's Manchester United, all of a sudden it's not a great deal. Who does he not start for in this country? Apart from Manchester City. Somebody tell me. Because Liverpool fans are talking about Fabinho being done, and we know all about their midfield issues. Chelsea, we know about their midfield issues. Kante declining, Kovacic injury prone, and Casemiro's bed is a perfect foil for Jorginho. Arsenal, that they have Lokonga and Xhaka and El Neni. That's not even a conversation. Spurs, does he start? Of course he starts for Spurs. You telling me he ain't better than Højbjerg? If Conte signed Casemiro, people will be talking about Spurs for the Premier League. But again, when it's Manchester United, all of a sudden it's a bad deal. Things are bad, but don't make shit worse than it is what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's
and
a
again,
point.
Yeah, and we need more. Yes, 110% we need more. I'm not saying we don't. I'm saying it's a great start. Because if Spurs were to sign Casemiro, say they didn't sign Basuma, they'd be starting him next to Højbjerg and Winks. Is that the perfect combination? Let me ask you, Eddie, is Casemiro next to Henderson and Milner the perfect combination? Or next to Cato?
For me, no. I'm fucking
okay. Check this one.
Henderson and Milner, stop right there. There's no way in any fucking midfield that's a perfect scenario. Those
my point. Casemiro next to Xhaka and El Neni.
In the chat, I hope that one hurt.
Shout out Casemiro next to, you know what I'm saying, Gallagher and Mount. Like, you know what I'm saying, or declining Kante. But when it's Manchester United, all of a sudden, it's a bad deal. Any other English team does this. This is how you know Manchester United are juggernauts. I've just figured this out when I'm on the show.
Yeah.
All right, he starts next to Bentancur. Is that right, Jez? Or would you would throw Bentancur off a cliff for Casemiro, Jez? Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? You said you'd push a woman off a cliff for a Carabao Cup for Spurs. So I know you'd push Casemiro off a cliff. I mean, you push Bentancur off a cliff for what's it called? Casemiro. This is what I'm talking about. But that's people for you. But before we're going to close out, someone asked me, am I on Rance's stream? Yes, I'm head over there right now. Get over to Rance's Twitch. I'm over there. Saeed will be over there. Probably plus more as well. What was I going to say? Eddie, quick, beforehand. We might have to do another. I can't even fit one in. Never mind. Just already know. I was going to say.
I know exactly what you about to ask me. Prediction.
Prediction. Liverpool game, Monday. You know what I'm saying? Manchester United 4-0, yeah? Casemiro.
You did, yeah.
I'm saying Anthony on the wing.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I ever get them losing some credit, goddammit. I was 10-0 if I could be reasonable about this shit. Yeah. Honestly, 1-1. 1-1. If anything, okay. Yeah, 1-1. 2-1 if Martial's playing 2-1.
Okay. I'm going same. Call it blind optimism. I'm saying 2-1 as well.
Yeah, because I think like the blood is in the water, and it's with us. It's just been an application issue. With them, it's legit. Like their team right now is not at full strength, or even a significant amount of strength to where I fear them. Shout out the King of Africa. When Mane pulled up, I had some nightmares, dog. I can't even front. Somehow, some way, he always used to show up against us. But now that he gone, Noodles out there serving his bid in kitty jail. Hey, it's all there for the taking. It's all there for the taking. So I'm gonna go 2-1. That'll be my final call. 2-1 if Martial plays, 1-1 if he doesn't.
I'm saying 2-1 people, just blind optimism. 2-1. I don't think we'll sign anybody beforehand. But yeah, I'm saying me and Eddie will be here for that watch along. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here on the YouTube and on the Twitch. Please make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Hit the notification bell as well, people. And you may get a ManDem United across the weekend simply because of all the news that's coming out of Manchester United. It's like 2 shows a week ain't enough to keep up with all the drama. We're moving like Love Island. You know what I'm saying? Just new drama every day and that. Every day there's something new. Big up Ray Millie. Big up all the regulars. James, I see you. Big up to you. Big up everyone who's complimenting the vest as well. It's because I know all the shots that man's going to take. But like I said, head over to, what's it called? Head over to Rance's Twitch right now. This show will be back 5 p.m. Thursday. So Tuesday editions of Man United, 5:30 p.m. Tuesday's edition, 5:30 p.m. And then Thursdays, 5 p.m. We'll get Nuruddin back on as well. Go subscribe to United Real Therapy. But yeah, man, love to everyone who has locked in. And this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube.